Good morning, fellow Roku users. Today we're going to make a video to clear out all the doubts we have been receiving regarding why some channels are not available on all Roku players. And this is very important because a lot of people have been writing us from all over the world regarding why they can add certain channels or why they can even find some of these channels on the channel store, neither on the private store. The thing is though, as you know, the Roku is limited worldwide. That means that it's only available to certain countries. If I'm not mistaken, it's 5 or 6 right now. I think it's Canada, the US, Ireland, Great Britain, France, and now Mexico. The thing is though, Roku makes the player, but the content is made up by producers, and producers have policies regarding copyrights. And some of these copyrights do require certain geographical restrictions. For example, CBS only shows their content in the US region of the Roku. It doesn't show any of it on other Roku regions like Mexico or the UK. So does the UK. BBC only shows their content on the Roku from the UK. Now, if you go to the Roku website, you will notice that you can choose the country you want to create or watch the Roku, and this is important. Why? Because depending on which country you select, the same will happen with the content you will have available. In our personal opinion, we believe that the content which is more abundant is in the US region. However, many people prefer content from their home countries because they do have language issues. For instance, people from Mexico or Latin America will prefer more content in Spanish, and it's okay. However, if you do so, be aware that you might have not all the content available because, as we said, of the copyright restrictions. Now, take a look at Mexico, for instance. This is CinemaClick. It's a TV and movies provider. They do have lots of movies with subtitles and even translations to Spanish, which is good. But if you are in the States and you're a Mexican and you would love to do so, you can evaluate creating a Roku Mexico account when you're setting up your Roku for the first time. It is very important for you to understand that for all of this to work, you will require a DNS service like ours, the one we recommend. I mean, you can use anyone, but I think that the one we recommend on the links on this website is the easiest one to use. Also, you must be aware that you will require a valid address from that country. For instance, right now we're showing you Canada. Bear in mind that if you are in the US and you create a Roku Canada account, you will need a DNS to set it up in Canada, and also you will need a valid Canadian address. This is important because if you don't do so, there will be a conflict at the moment you're creating an account and your Roku account will be blocked. So the content will be very restricted and limited. Another important thing though is that, as you can see, contents vary, and we know that sometimes we want to see things from other parts of the world, but if we create an account from somewhere else, we might not have access to it. Thank God we have found out that there's a lot of IPTVs going around. We have made videos of some of the most popular ones that are free. There are others that are paid. It's up to you. But for instance, we can create a Roku account in the UK, and if we want to see content from the US, we simply download an IPTV service like XTV, because you can see that Now TV is only available in the UK, but it might not be available in the US. Anyways, you can use an IPTV which is free, or you can use a paid one. We always recommend using the free ones because there's no need to pay for it. Film On, which is now FOTV, is also available, and it's a really good IPTV service which you can use for watching content from other countries. There's no guarantee that you will find the content you want either translated or with subtitles, but it's your best shot. Now, another thing to bear in mind is that the secret for the Roku to work, if you're in the States or in the authorized country or outside of them, it's the DNS and the valid address and using a credit card. We never encourage you to use PayPal because the PayPal you use has its embedded address. So if you are from outside any of these countries and you use the PayPal, it will immediately recognize your region and it will create your account to that region. And if it's a non-available region, you will have almost no content on your Roku channel store and Roku account. Now, a lot of people wonder then what's the whole advantage of it. Okay, it's simple. Sometimes you want to see content, let's say Hulu, but you are in the UK and Hulu is not available in the UK. When you click, you will get a message that says that Hulu is either not available in your region or you will simply find it because it's not on your channel store. But if you're in the UK and you create a Roku account from the US, you can add it and then you might try to see it. We do have a activation guide set up in our webpage, which is vlimport.com. You can see the whole direction up there is / well, it's in Spanish, but it's better just not to say because I think it will cause more confusion. You'll find that you can use the translate button, and there's a lot of explanation there. We pretty much tell you that you have to define the region you want and be consistent. If you choose a region, keep in mind that you will need a valid address and also a valid working DNS. If you don't have one, it will not work. Remember that these are the regions that are available. It's up to you to choose the one you want the most. We strongly recommend the US. There's a lot of content. Even if you want to see BBC from the UK, you can watch it through either Film On or another IPTV. Thanks for watching, and we hope that this has clarified all your doubts. Don't forget to follow us, subscribe to our channel. We also have a Facebook page, which is facebook.com/RokuPanama. We're on Twitter under VLImportPanama, and we are also on the web, VLImport.com. Remember, use our activation guide, it will help you. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.